Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to UMG Philly. The players got a little bit antsy and they jumped right into the game. So strike zone domination. Envy finds themselves down 2-1, but they showed some life there in that blitz where they were destroyed.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see if they're going to be able to make something happen here as we go ahead and hop on board here with Rambo right now, who actually is going to be we'll jump to Rambo. Just go to show proof when he comes off that respawn, because he was the hero of that last game. He just played so well.
So well.
Honestly, the savior of it. Could have went into that overtime. That could have been really bad for Envy to have to answer back from. And now that gives them that motivation to keep on going here. And by the way, they're looking great. 26 points, 19 on the other side. They got the lead here, Gandhi.
Yeah, and the one thing that's interesting for me is normally when you look at Denial, when you normally have A, given the fact that they have GB nades on their side, you can prevent it from capping C pretty much easy, as Ramp is going to be using this Bulldog. But the other thing is you don't normally contest B. You want to push through Pro Shop and go to C.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the thing about holding down that spawn trap, right, not letting them get any kind of opportunity to push in, again, with the way that both of these teams are, their shots right now, both teams, they're just not missing. They're really starting to get warmed up, heated up, ready to go. So I think that, honestly, the way that it's looking here, whoever can manage to hold down that trap, that's going to be the one to take this first side, hands down. But even then, Envy, they're looking great. 41-29 here. Despite it all, though, you do have Envy. They did lose C, but still, again, there's plenty of time here to work with.
Yeah, well, the one thing that is a little bit worrisome is the fact that Denial was, for a second there, was actually trapped in B. And that's the one thing you want to avoid no matter what in this game, is avoid getting trapped in B.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, that dreaded B trap, like you had mentioned, it's something that when it happens to you, you can break it, especially if the team just hadn't, rotated well enough. What was that?
I heard someone scream like a little girl, though. That was interesting.
That was, okay, I'll take it. All right. So,
having said that, I have some thoughts.
Moving on, we have actually a neutralization going on over by C here, so Denial's not getting any kind of points whatsoever. Proof's going to be the last man left alive here. He gets taken out. 4 down for Envy now. As Denial, they're going to be looking to make some moves. Let's go ahead, switch on board to them, and see what's going on as they hold B and C. And maybe they might try and just force them to have to make faulty plays here, thus allowing them to be able to catch up. They only have 8 points to catch up on.
Yeah, and the best thing here is Flawless actually was watching the Pro Shop here now, and he's going to rotate back to his flag as his he does not. He doesn't decide to stop the guy actually going for C, so now he's forced to go all the way back, and it looks like they're going to make a push on A as he's going to be taken out, and that's going to leave it up to Denial's Fizz and John working hand in hand, and Fizzup's going to be taken down. John using the tracker sight, and he is just trying to get a home flag at this point.
Yeah, he just trying to lock it down so this way they can minimize that lead as much as possible that Envy had. I mean, remember, Envy had a very, very wide lead before, and now Denial, they were able to close that gap. Yep. 7 points, like we were talking about before. I'll take 7. I'll take 6.
7, 8.
I won't take 40.
Yeah, but that's a pretty big mountain to climb.
Yeah, like it's way too much there. So this is definitely looking very good here. Despite it's anyone's game, honestly. When we saw that first domination matchup, we were like, this one kind of it's already going on Denial's favor. This time around, this is a much different Envy squad. And again, too, it's all about strike zone as well. It's a very fast-paced map. Envy, they started off strong, but Denial, they had to find their bearings, which they managed to do so. Now the game's going to be practically tied up here. 1 point separating these two teams. As Envy, they will be able to get 2 points. Yep, there you go, 2 points.
Wow.
That's it.
That is a very scary lead here, but you know what? They did win that first side. So that is very, very important for them. They did have C off the break, and as we said at the beginning, normally you can prevent them from getting C. Yeah. No T-Rex arms for him, man.
I'd rather take 2 rather than 0. You know? I mean, honestly, it's not much you can really say about that. Envy looking very good here. Some key performances, though. Flawless, 15-9 for Denial. I'm expecting big things out of him on the next side. What do you think?
Well, the best thing about Flawless here is when he actually is setting up there, his main job is basically to stop the cutoffs, and he just sat right there in the courtyard in between Pro Shop and A, and he would just use those crates to his advantage, and he was just like, oh, whoop. Yeah. And just picking them apart. So that's exactly what he needs to do. But at the same time, you have to know when you're overslaying and when you need to help your team.
Yeah, that's true. And sometimes, players, they get so kill happy. It's very hard to
it's so hard
make
to
that distinction, because you're like, yeah, but I'm getting kills. But it's like, yeah, but you're not getting kills that are helping us. And that sounds weird, but that happens from time to time. Like that play with John on Blitz, those were kills that were clearly helping his team, because it was just opening up an opportunity for them to come right to the store and be able to cap goals. Those are the kills that are going to help out your team. Now, Denial, they're going to be playing a bit on the back foot here, but not so much, again, because they're only down by 2 points, really. It's not much of a difference.
Well, the funny thing was, I was talking to Denial right before this game started, and I said, so give me your pregame prediction. I want to know what you think. And Complex looked at me and goes, team roll, we don't do that. And I go, what do you mean? You don't, predict if you're going to win or not? He goes, no, we're going to win, but we don't say, series count. I was like, huh, that's a very, very interesting rule. It makes sense.
Don't disagree with it.
I just...
Don't hate the player.
I like a little cockiness.
Yeah, well, I think we have enough of that, in the scene. I think it's always good to have someone have a little bit of the humble sauce,
An anchor.
Yeah,
Keeps us steady.
See, because if it was you and you were still playing
3-0.
You 3-0 all the time, 20-0.
No chance anything else.
6-0 S&D, 40-point win on Dom. The other team, they never have a chance in hell.
Nope.
The good old Gandhi way.
Yep.
So I guess now moving into this domination matchup, who's that player to watch on each team that's going to have to really answer that?
I think Flawless is going to be really big here, and I'm actually interested to see how Rambo's actually going to keep using this Bulldog. We saw a lot of success from it running around in B, but now since he is going to be finding himself actually on the C flag, it's going to be very, very interesting.
All right, well, let's see here. Where's Rambo? So, yeah, Rambo actually is going to be on the C flag.
Starting off with it. So that tells me one thing. That tells me he's going to go straight into B.
Okay.
Immediately. I doubt he'll go kitchen. He'll probably go straight up to C stairs and go push in and just basically be bait for his team.
Okay, let's see if that's actually gonna happen, and if it's gonna work out for them too. Because
that's the big thing.
In theory, stuff is supposed to work, and then sometimes it just doesn't, which I've been dealing with that all weekend long, but it seems like you're right here. Rambo, he's going to be pushing right into B, and there's going to be one member of Denial actually pushing into B as well. I think they may have just given that one up. They're going to force that C cap here and let Rambo and company have it, but they do get stopped, so they are going to open things up with C and B. Great control out of them. Let's see if they continue to hold this one down.
All right, well, the only reason why this worked so well is because Proofy got a disgusting two-piece in Pro Shop, and then he just got yet another kill, stopping Denial from actually going down through bottom Pro Shop and capping C. So that's like that old trick. It's so consistent that you can do it the majority of the time as long as you win your gunfight. It's just we got A, they're going to go for B, let's just push through and grab C.
Well, let's see what Gunjar is going to be able to get the double here, finding two players on the bottom, but that's not going to happen. Rambo now with that Bulldog. Oh, he's going to miss the shots, playing a little ring around the rosy. And
that's what he gets for using a shotgun.
Yeah. You're so mean. You just yell it out loud. Imagine if he just...
I'm sorry, it happens to me all the time online, and it just really grinds my gears.
All right, remember, guys, you're going to see that +2, or it's not up there now, but it is a +2 advantage for Envy in this half. And because of that, it's real small. It's a real small margin that they have, but it could play a factor, especially with how close that last game was.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Envy now finally just being able to take A. They do not have C. They're stuck in B. We're seeing as Merc now just kind of rotate around the base here, and Gunjar as well. Him and Rambo going to be working together here. There's one guy on A, cleans him up. Merc just basically doing exactly what he needs to do for his team, and that's make sure they don't take B because they don't have a home flag.
Yeah, that's right, and A is going to be right for the picking here. Let's actually see who that's going to be. It's going to be Rambo. He has to win this gun. Oh, you're not going to win that with a Bulldog, child. That is not happening. Not happening yet, but a grenade will definitely seal the deal there, as Gunjar is going to be there on the response, so he goes and caps A, which that's going to happen for them. And now you can see that advantage begin to pile up here for Envy. Again, +2 advantage for this team in this half. Not a lot, but with how close this game is, currently it's high right now, that +2 makes a world of difference.
That's a big battle that Gunjar just lost. That means that they're going to be pushing straight through the courtyard from Pro Shop, going to try to be capping on A, as we see Proofy get taken out again, jumping on board with Merc. Merc, just his main job so far has been to lock down the bar. He hasn't really gotten any ballsy at all and hasn't pushed out. He's just playing essentially the anchor for his team. Not traditional anchoring like Black Ops 2, but like an anchor as he's just holding it still.
Yeah, and you just got to hold it down.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's his job.
You need that defender, right?
Yeah.
The goalie, right? The guy that's going to play back and just, hold things out. Of course, this isn't blitz, but still you need that guy. You need someone that's going to be floating back and forth and just making sure everything's okay. But A and B is still in Envy's possession here, as they are now finally going to lose it. 10 points here for this team, for Denial. They have this advantage. Of course, it's going to be +8 for them. So currently, if the game ended right now, Denial will take this victory here. We have 1 minute and 43 seconds to play with Rambo. Rambo, you're his cousin. Gandhi.
I'm nothing.
Is this actually doable for Envy to come back from, considering how Denial has answered back so aggressively here?
They have their work cut out for them. They're pushing out of B here. It looks like they're going to go for a C push right away, and that's going to be proof of working with, I do believe, Mark. So now this means that Denial sees it coming. That means 2 members of Envy are going to be taken out, and now their lead is about to just be stripped away from them. And this is the scary thing about B. When you get stuck in B, there's just very little you can do. You try to smoke, and they take you out that way, and then you end up having to get lucky, in my opinion, when it gets to the pro level. If you just win that battle as soon as you come around, that's really how it works for me.
Well, you know what, Envy, though, they are going to be able to get A, but they end up losing that positioning there. Goonjar needs to run straight over to B. They have to get this one. It is currently going to be contested and capped any second now. Oh, big win for them. This could be a difference maker here. Remember that +2 for them. Game is currently going to be tied. Envy is in a position to win this one, but A is currently being flipped by Denial. Their attention has to be focused over by C. This could be that chance they needed. There's going to be one player for Denial trying to cause a ruckus, and Goonjar with a big stop. They're going to hold this one down. 21 seconds left on the clock. It is 71 to 73 at this point in time. Envy in the lead with 4 points here. They continue to rack this one up. Goonjar staying alive. And that's pretty much going to do it.
That is going to do it. Envy's going to force it. Game 5. The boys in blue showing that they still have some fight in them.
Wow. And Denial. What is going on with them?
This is what I actually find really funny, because it happened to Optic last night, and it's always interesting to me when I'm watching tournaments or even when you play in them, when a team can go up 2-0 and then that blitz strips all their momentum away from them. It seems like they dwell on the recent game instead of just like looking forward and being like, oh, well, we are up two games. Who really cares? Now we're up 1 game.
Yep, that's right.
But that was a great play there from Envy. I was very, very scared for them.
Yeah, it was a game that was too close for comfort there. But so that's pretty much going to do it for game number 4. We're going to a game 5, guys. It can only happen this way to kick off the broadcast. Do you want to know what it is? What is it?
Sovereign Search and Destroy.
Oh, boy. Sovereign Search and Destroy coming up next here, guys. We saw that one yesterday. It went all the way to game 11 when Benson called it. He said it. Game 11, do you think it's going to happen again?
I don't do this to me. Benson's over there just like looking at me. But I'm going to say round 10, Envy takes it.
All right, well, we're going to see how this works out for them. Guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Sovereign Search and Destroy between Envy and Denial. We'll see you on the other side.